These are some simple automations I have placed in my business to keep my sanity levels sane, if you know what I mean. As a business owner, it is so incredibly important that I have systems in place and that you have systems in place, because without certain systems, you cannot grow and cannot scale. I remember feeling like I had to chase every single thing and I had to manually do all of these things in my business until someone introduced me to workflows, automations, and systems that are designed to take care of the back end portions of my business so that I don't have to do those mundane tasks anymore. In this lesson today, I'm going to be teaching you all of the systems, well, 2 systems particularly, that have really helped me to scale my business without actually even thinking about it. In fact, I didn't even think about the fact that I have these automations in place until I sat down to record this video today and realized I haven't thought about this in years. So that is what I'm going to be teaching you so you can level up, so you can scale, and so you can grow. Before we dive into today's topic, could you please do me a favor? Can you please like this video and subscribe to this channel? When you subscribe to this channel and like this video, it actually continues to push out my content so other people can learn and grow too. My entire mission here on YouTube is about teaching how to grow and scale businesses so that more people can enter into financial freedom. With that being said, if you're like, that all sounds great, but who even are you? Well, hi, I'm so glad that you asked. My name is Sienna Kopishki and I am a Christian sales coach. I teach Christian entrepreneurs how to scale their business to $20,000 months recurring revenue using my formulated system, PMVMS, inside of my signature group coaching and one-on-one program called Consecration Academy. Speaking of Consecration Academy, I have a quick highlight for Consecration Academy and all that it includes. If you are not interested, you can skip directly to the main lesson, but I hope that you tune in. Before we jump into today's video, I need to talk to the woman who feels like she is doing everything right in her business, but yet it kind of feels like God has gone silent. You keep creating the content, you're posting, you're praying, you're showing up, you're serving your audience, you're supporting everyone else. And internally, you are starting to wonder, when is it going to be my turn? When is God going to show up for me? When are the clients going to start rolling in? That is probably some of the questions that you have. You are tired of sowing seed after seed after seed and not seeing the harvest, not seeing the blossom, the fruits of your labor. You're tired of putting on a brave face for all your family members and friends about your business and pretending like everything is going well in your business. Pretending like, oh yeah, I'm hitting those high income months, or pretending like everything's fine even though you are barely seeing the income that you want to make. You love Jesus. You love the Lord with all of your heart, your might, and your soul. But honestly, you're feeling discouraged, disappointed, and you're starting to doubt your own capability. If that woman is you, I want you to know something. I created Consecration Academy just for you. Just for the woman who's wondering, when is it going to be her turn? When is it going to be your turn? That's who Consecration Academy is for. Consecration Academy is not a fluffy, feel-good program. This is a high-level, spirit-led program for the woman who's done pretending that everything is okay and is ready to actually step into the abundance that God has for her, the abundance that God has for her business. Inside of Consecration Academy, you are going to get access to 2 one-on-one calls every single month. These are 60-minute in-depth strategy sessions where me and you are going to really go through your entire business. It's where the Holy Spirit gets to meet us in that place, and the 3 of us get to figure out how are we going to grow and scale and see success in your business. On top of your 2 monthly calls with me, you also are going to receive access to our community chat so you can cheer on other students in Consecration Academy and also be poured into. It's not enough to pour into everybody else, but you never get poured into. Now is the time for you to also be able to receive other people cheering you on and showing you that your business matters too. Inside of Consecration Academy, you're going to get every week, Monday, we do prayer calls. And so you'll be able to pray with other women who are on fire for Jesus, other women who are ready to see an impact in their business. And every Wednesday, you're going to get one of the following calls. We're either going to be doing a group coaching call on your visibility, on your marketing, on your sales, right? On your mindset, so you can show up in the best possible possible way. You get hands-on support in a group setting on Wednesdays, which is so incredibly awesome in case we didn't cover everything in our one-on-one sessions. On top of that, you get unlimited voice note access to me daily, so we can work on things outside of our group coaching calls and outside of our one-on-one calls. It's time for you to receive true support. You get access to a course inside of Consecration Academy, which takes you through all of the steps of prayer, mindset, visibility, marketing, and sales, which is the core foundational pillar of Consecration Academy. And last but not least, inside of Consecration Academy, you are going to get access to your own private tailored course, which is just for you and your business. This is where you're going to access your previously recorded one-on-one calls and every single piece of strategy that me and you have talked through either in DMs or on one-on-ones for you to continue to grow. So you have all of your notes, so you can just come to the call talking rather than taking notes and speaking with me. I want to make sure that you feel supported and loved on during our time together, because we are going to grow your business with the Holy Spirit to $20,000 months. The investment for Consecration Academy is $2,000 a month with extended payment plans as low as $250 a month. Because I never want money to be the reason that you delay what God is calling you to do. If you're ready to step into $20,000 months with the strategy, support, and Holy Spirit that you have been praying for, then I want you to go ahead and apply for Consecration Academy by clicking the link in the description below. You don't have to keep doing this alone. Now, let's dive into today's video. And I remember being so consumed with, okay, I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. And there was a lot of things at play. And as a homeschooling mama, back then I was a military spouse, I was a homeowner, there was so much things at place that I had to take care of on a daily basis. Trying to remember when invoices are due, when I have to send out this, if I have to check to see if my client paid their invoice, or if they signed the contract, or if they did this, or if they did that, was just really way too much work. And then I was introduced to the world of systems, and I honestly felt like this giant weight that was sitting on my shoulders, and I'm not even exaggerating, this giant weight that was sitting on my shoulders as far as mental tasks go of, okay, client S's invoice is due on this day, make sure you send it out to her. But what happens if my child got sick during that day? Then am I going to still be able to, do I have to walk away from my sick child or cuddle my sick child at a computer while I'm sending out an invoice? What are the odds that something like that would happen? Well, the chances are really high if you're a mom. Especially for me as a stay-at-home mom, where my kid was getting sick all the time, or always in the hospital, or always, there was so much at play, and it was exhausting me to sit down and figure out, oh, I forgot, it's a new month, I have to send out this, and I have to send out that, and I have to send out this. And I don't want you to feel that way. And maybe you already do. Maybe you feel like you have everything written down on a piece of paper and you're like, checkbox, okay, it's a new month, I gotta send out this report, and I gotta send out that report, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. We can stay in that world of overwhelm, or we can decide that we're gonna elevate and we're gonna change the course of direction for our businesses. I know that it's so easy to stay in that situation and to stay in those cycles. But today I want to talk about 2 automations that most people don't even think about when it comes to their business. 2 automations that are extremely important for you to have. And that first one is going to be, number 1, is your payment automations. You need automated invoices. If you are a service-based business owner, you need automated invoices that get sent out to your clients, okay, when it is their due date. In today's world, when clients come into Consecration Academy and they select their due date, I do not even flinch at, oh, it's so-and-so's due date, or, oh, I have to send. I'm not doing that anymore. All of my invoices are directly sent out to clients on their due date for the exact amount that they selected, because there are automations at play. And if a client is late, I'm not personally chasing invoices, because do you know how embarrassing that is to chase your invoices around all the time? Okay, it's not fun. It's embarrassing. It's a lot of work. It is time consuming, and I do not have the capacity for that. As a mama, I am a stay-at-home, work-from-home, homeschooling mom. I do not realistically have time in my day to chase invoices or chase client payments. It doesn't even make logical sense at this point. And it doesn't make logical sense for you either. You need to have automations in your business that are going to protect you when a client doesn't pay, that are going to send out the invoices on time, or that are going to automatically charge each client's card. Now, my system automatically charges my client's card. There is no getting away with like, here's the invoice. Like, it's not even sending the invoice at this point. It's sending you a receipt. You agreed in the contract that you would pay X amount on a due date. And so we are charging that card every single day on that specific due date. And that's it. And I think for you, you need to have that in place. If you are a service-based entrepreneur with a specific due date for your clients, and they have a specific amount which they have agreed to in the contract, then there should be some level of auto pay set up. Now, most systems today, wherever it is that you take payment, should allow that to happen. Here's what is interesting, is your contract needs to, I'm not a lawyer, by the way. I'm going to back up and say, I am not an attorney. Any information that I give you is not legal advice, and you should connect with an attorney or your attorney to detect what you do moving forward from here. Okay, what I'm about to share with you is just what I do. I make sure that everything is written in my contract. So I do have a contract policy on late fees. I have a contract policy on what happens if the card cannot be debited. I have a contract policy on chargebacks. You are not allowed to charge back on me because I will take legal action. I have all of these different types of policies inside of my contracts for a specific reason, because it's so important that I am protected as the business owner. The same way it's extremely important for you to be protected as the business owner. If you own a business in today's world and you're not automatically charging people, by the way, if you are legally automatically charging people, you should have something in your contract that states that you're going to auto charge them and auto debit from them. I have these clauses in my contract to protect my business specifically. The same way that you should have those clauses in your contract. And then if somebody is late, which I do give a 5-day grace period, it will keep charging your card until that payment is made. And then it also informs you that payment wasn't made for whatever reason. And then it will manually contact you and connect with you on its own. But save yourself the hassle of focusing on, oh, did this person actually pay their invoice? Did they pay? Are they paying it tomorrow? Like emailing back. Save yourself the hassle of fighting with your client whom you love, and allow the systems to do their job between each other, okay? Rather than you directly involving yourself in a situation with a client, save yourself the hassle. Now, that particular advice really applies to my service-based business owners. The second automation that I believe every business owner needs in their business is going to be your appointment reminders. Now, these are so important because you don't need to be manually scheduling appointments or rescheduling appointments or yada yada. You need a calendar. Calendly is free, okay? They have a free version. Like, let's get up with it, okay? We are not manually scheduling appointments, because when you manually schedule an appointment, you have to manually send out an appointment reminder, even if you put it inside of like Google or whatever, Google Calendar. As a business owner, it is important for you to look as professional as possible. Now, I'm going to specifically be talking to my service providing businesses here. These are going to be my social media managers, my web designers, my copywriters, my creative businesses like bookkeepers. I want to be as specific as possible when it comes to your business. And so you need to have appointment reminders in your business. When someone schedules a call, it needs to go on their calendar and it needs to go on your calendar all at the same time. Okay. Not only that, like, does it need to go there? You need to be manual, or it needs to be automatically sending out a, hey, thank you for booking. You are confirmed for this day and this time. We need to feel like customers or clients that are cared for and valued. So if I go to your booking page and I am a client of yours already, and you're like, hey, I want to schedule some time with you, here's a link to my calendar, and I'm like, great, I go in, I select the day and the time that I'm ready to like talk to you on, but I don't feel valued during that process, do you really think that when our contract is over that I'm going to want to re-sign with you? The answer might be no. Even if you did an amazing job, if you made me feel invaluable at any part of our process because of your lack of setting up systems or automations, then I'm not going to want to work with you ever again. I'm going to want to find somebody else that can do an amazing job just like you and can make me feel like I'm a valued client, right? And so how do we do that? We set up a reminder thing that says, thank you for scheduling a call with me. I cannot wait to see you at this time on this date, or something along those lines. And then from there, right, we need to send out a reminder, I would say 1 day before, so 24 hours before, and then 1 hour before the call. So this way they are consistently reminded and kept up to date. Because if the reminders aren't going out and they did not look at their calendar for that day, they may completely forget all about that call to begin with. I'll tell you a true story. We are in the middle of hiring nannies for our household, and today I had a phone interview, which if you know anything about me as a business owner and a business coach, I am like very thorough with how I do things. So I tell every nanny, this is going to be a 30-minute interview. Like, it's just not going to be quick, okay? And so I had this call with a nanny for today that I'm recording at 1:00 p.m. I forgot all about the call. There was no automations. There was no reminders. Why? Because she wasn't in my system properly. I manually put her into the thing. So while she may have remembered the call, and I think that she did because she answered the phone excited, I totally forgot about the call. But because it was in my Google Calendar, I got a notification 10 minutes prior. Now, my husband was supposed to also be home with me on that call, but instead he was at the playground because he also forgot that we were hiring this particular nanny, because we have hired a significant amount of nannies at this point, to which none have met our standards. And so we are just looking for a unicorn, okay? And so anyway, with that being said, we both forgot. We forgot because there were not reminders. We forgot because we don't check our calendars on a regular basis. That just isn't something that I do or that my spouse does. And so as knowing that about myself, I have to expect that on some level, other humans are in this same pattern. That other human beings don't directly wake up in the morning and go, let me check my schedule for the day, right? Typically you get into work, if you work a 9 to 5 and you check your schedule. I am self-employed. I don't really check my schedule because typically I am notified ahead of time that clients are on my calendar and that I will be meeting with them at this day and this time. So I know mentally to prepare earlier in the week for when a call is coming on, because I'm getting those reminders. And so it's the same thing when it comes to your business. It's the exact same thing. I know that it can be daunting to figure out, okay, how do I set up all of these automations? How do I put all of these things into place? But we have to figure it out, and we have to push past that fear or that like crushing, like, oh my goodness, I can't do all of these things, and just take it one bite at a time. Because the second you place these automations in your business, is the second you're going to have more consistent recurring revenue, because your clients and potential clients feel valued, they feel loved, they feel respected, and they feel taken care of, even if you aren't directly hands-on taking care of a situation. Because your automations are there to take care of it for you. Now, if you are a product-based business owner, this automation doesn't actually apply to you. And I think that that's okay, because you're not going to have a lot of appointments. But if you are a product-based business owner that maybe has appointments to demo your product, then you are going to want to put in an appointment reminder automation in your business. You never, ever want someone to feel like they were not cared for or valued, or that you forgot an appointment, right? And granted, I got a 10-minute reminder from Google Calendar today about the nanny interview, and I was able to prepare because I was at home. My husband had to miss it, and that's okay. That's what happens when we have two busy parents who are not able to check their calendars all the time. And that's why automations are so incredibly important. They save you from looking like you're unprepared. They save your business from looking like you don't care or like your client is less than you. And they allow every person in there, you and the potential client or customer, to feel heard, seen, loved, and valued. If you have enjoyed this video today, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel for me, please. And also, if you are done playing it small by yourself, you are ready for support and ready to hit $20,000 months in your business, I want to invite you to apply to Consecration Academy. And the link for Consecration Academy is in the description below. So go check it out, my friends. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.